Mate, thank you very much for coming back.
Yeah.
It's the return of the AFC Champions League since late February, isn't it?
223 days.
Wow, you
Between the
actually
two
went
matches,
along and
yeah.
counted the days.
Jeonbuk versus Sydney, way back. I think it was like start of Feb. But yeah, 223 days. I looked it up. So that is a hell of a time. to have a gap.
Somebody had a lot of time on their hand, all thanks to...
I've been in lockdown since March, so yeah, it's been difficult, been awkward, but we're here. Football's back, bringing us back some sanity, and it's been a hell of a week. What, 14 matches this week?
Yeah, 14 matches. We're gonna... which game do you want to start with?
I'll let you kick off
I'll
and lose your AFC
Okay,
Champions League virginity
cool.
in the new studio.
This is going terrible.
Let's
Let's talk about because the early days we have a lot of controversial things to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Al-Shorta withdrawing from the competition, but we're gonna get to that. Hold that thought in a separate video, and the consequences of that decision. But we're gonna start with Ahli versus Al-Shorta.
Yes.
Right.
The upset.
I was very surprised on match day 3 and 4 to see how good Al-Shorta have become in terms of they really pretty much dominated the entire game.
Definitely. They didn't look like a team who were just making up the numbers.
Which is amazing if you're up against a royal club from Saudi Arabia with all that money and facility and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They were absolutely... However, let's talk about the first game. So match day 3, they lost 1-0.
Yes.
But
that's not there's no dishonor in losing 1-0 in that game.
But it's one of those things, in football, sometimes you deserve to win so much, but there comes that late goal.
That one bit of quality that just separates the two teams. Yeah.
But in match day 4, they came along and
practically dominated, actually, that game. It was a lot stronger in the second game.
12 shots compared to 6 in the other side,
Mm.
But not only plus add into the fact that Al-Shorta were far more threatening in set pieces.
Oh, yeah.
They even hit the post. The keeper saved one of the opportunities from the corner kick, and they hit the post.
I mean, we'll get to it in the second game in match day 4, but those set pieces are definitely something that were one of the strengths of this team, and it's something they should definitely carry on into the last few games.
But yeah, far less position, but a lot more clinical and threatening.
Keeping your shape, moving with players, covering angles, and then just intercepting the ball, and then just driving at the opponent with the energy, which is hard to do as well. People forget that, but you use a lot more energy off the ball than on the ball as a team overall. Like the individual player on the ball is obviously using a lot more energy at that point in time, but a team overall is using more energy when it's not got the ball. So the fact that they managed to do that and still play convincingly well and threaten against such a big team.
That's actually very important you say that, because you only have 2 days to prepare for the following game.
Yeah, exactly. And you've got to somehow improve on what you did in the previous game, cover your weaknesses, build on your strengths, and hope that the opposition doesn't do the same better than you.
But yeah, Al-Ali was so poor, I wouldn't even count them as a... Well, they're going to potentially go to the round of 16, but they're not a top side. I wouldn't worry. I would predict them quarterfinals. That's as good as it's going to get for them.
They're a team that on a bad day can still progress out of the group stages and get lucky in the knockoff rounds. But are they a favourite to win at this time round? Does it look like that? No. But it's so hard to tell really what I would call true form because of the extent of the lockdown and the difference in fitness levels between clubs, different leagues happening at different times. It's very hard to know who really was the better team because some teams were really, to some extent, still in pre-season mode. They might still be a match or two out after the sort of second pre-season, if you will, just preparing in closed-door games before they get to this big competition. So, and you see that in the opening rounds of any league after pre-season. Some teams don't start playing until sort of 5 games in.
Yeah.
So I'm not discrediting what Al-Shorta have done, but there is the question about, are Al-Ahli really playing to their potential? Which is no, but
But of course not. A lot of their players are also missing. I need to look into that. But that's another factor. Every country made different decision in regards to when they're going to bring their league back and how they're going to do it before AFC Champions League, and that has had impact on the performance of their clubs
yeah, and
in the competition.
I mean, we'll get to that. It's more of a broader thing, like with Al-Shorta, and also just FIFA's pressure that they're putting on AFC at the moment. They're quite unhappy with how the AFC Champions League is being handled, how the World Cup qualifiers are being handled. So there's a lot of question marks around AFC at the moment. From
I would
FIFA.
say AFC is the weakest confederation out of all the confederations. That's how I'm gonna judge things. They are worse than OFC.
I don't know. I don't think they're that bad.
They are that bad, bro.
No, I think maybe
Well, again,
they could have handled things better.
I just want to say something else, just to end the video. Mohamed Al-Owais, the Al-Ahli keeper, I would say, was the player who saved the team on match day 3. Everyone had their eye on Omar Al-Suma, but he was a ghost. The only thing I remember was one opportunity, like one half of the opportunity in the first half. He managed to hit the ball, and it was an easy save for the keeper. That's all he did.
Yeah, it was just weak. I don't know how else to describe it.
It's weird. It's weird
I'm not really giving you a lot of tactical insight, but it just didn't feel like there was a plan when I was watching it from Al-Ahli.
There was no plan.
But some teams will allow individuals to roam and play and express themselves. Some teams want a really structured build-up play, like Louis van Gaal type football. But this was neither. There just didn't seem to be any kind of structure to the game, any kind of plan. It was really essentially, well, let's just go out there and try. But that's a very Sunday League attitude. And I just don't think the manager really, if he did have a game plan, he didn't get it across.
No, in response to what you said, it's important to also mention Al-Shorta was still dominating, still being a man down in the second half. That just goes to show.
Yeah, and that's the difference. Once you have
in match day 3, of course,
a team or a club that has belief, you have a few individuals that have a kind of arrogance that are willing to express themselves on the pitch, and you have the rest of the team who's willing to allow that arrogance to be in your team, to allow them to go forward, bully, express, push. That really brings your strategy out.
That is the end of our review on this particular game. We'll see you on the next video.
Go ahead.